Now the line for the Zach Bryan merch wrapped around the rail yard earlier today. Take a look here. You can see fans eagerly awaiting under some storm clouds. And this video sent into our Now Local News app by citizen journalist Kevin. The gates have already opened for the concert at Memorial Stadium, but it's not starting until about 7 o'clock. So scan the QR code there on your screen and download our Now Local News app. If we learn of any changes to the concert, we'll be keeping you informed there first. Well, tonight a former Husker football player is heading to the NFL.
It was amazing, man. That was one I'll remember for the rest of my life. Playing at the Chiefs Stadium, man, that's crazy, man. I seen a couple of the Chiefs players out there. It was just a great environment. And then
a little bit of foreshadowing for running back Emmett Johnson as he hears his name called in the draft today. And fans here are happy to learn he's not going too far away. So which team is he playing for this fall? Let's check in with sports anchor Jake Coleman to find out. Jake?
Yeah, Mackenzie, Emmett Johnson's name called in the 5th round of the draft today. And, well, he's heading to Arrowhead.
With the 161st pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs select Emmett Johnson, running back, Nebraska.
And there it is, the name everyone has been waiting to hear all weekend long. Former Husker football running back, well, Emmett Johnson is now Kansas City Chiefs. He was taken with the 21st pick of the 5th round, 161st overall. Here you can see him celebrating with his family and friends around him when that pick was announced. Just a surreal moment. Of course, Johnson is the only Nebraska football player to hear their name called in this year's draft. And, well, as we already talked about, he will not be going very far. Johnson is just the only second Husker to ever be selected by the Kansas City Chiefs in the NFL Draft and haven't already played in Arrowhead Stadium. Of course, as you alluded to, Mackenzie, well, some stories just write themselves. We'll have much more draft talk with Husker softball and volleyball as well here in the Sports Show. For now, back over to you.
Yeah, big congrats to him. Thank you so much, Jake. Developing Now, Oconto Volunteer Fire and Rescue is busy with wildfires this weekend. Here's some pictures they're posting from their battles against the blazes today and overnight. Their crews helping with fires in Callaway, Eddyville, and Pressey Park. They say they got a little bit of rain, but it really only brought more lightning and it didn't do much to help them fight these fires. As of last night, the Pressey fire in Custer County has burned through more than 9,000 acres and is at 45% contained. New tonight, Lincoln neighbors are coming together with one common goal. 4 neighborhood associations joining forces today, collecting trash, recyclables, and debris as part of an effort to keep Lincoln and Lancaster County beautiful. Channel 8's Emma Norwood joins us live here after speaking with some of the volunteers today. Emma?
Yeah, hey, good evening, Mackenzie. Dozens spread out across Lincoln, hauling in truckloads of trash to fill the containers you see here. The volunteers tell me it's all about taking pride in where we live, and small actions like this can make a big impact across the capital city.
Across Lincoln, neighbors are coming together to keep the city clean. Indian Village, Irvingdale, Everett, and South Salt Creek neighborhood associations all working together for a few hours.
It's just showing that people can come together and work together for a common goal, and that we can do some maybe not such fun work, some dirty work, but have a good time doing it and enjoy it for the sake of being together and accomplishing something.
People spreading out, collecting debris and trash from neighborhoods, with others loading up the items to be taken away. And one of the most rewarding aspects, lending a hand to those that might need a little extra help.
We're running into situations with the inflation and the economy the way it is that, some people have to make hard choices, and it's sometimes hard to justify paying for some of the services that we're providing, or don't have the ability to haul things off themselves, so things kind of pile up. So we have people that are just going around and looking for stuff to pick up, to bring here, to take advantage of this program.
One of the most common things found during their cleanup were tires, and by the end of the day, they had filled up 3 big bins full of trash. The spring cleaning bringing in people of all generations, teaching the younger ones the importance of giving back.
Just being able to help out the community is really nice. It's definitely harder than spending a Saturday just like in bed playing video games, but it's definitely worth it in the long run.
And the neighborhoods agree it wouldn't have been possible without the help of Star City Recycling and a grant received from the city. Reporting here in the studio, Emma Norwood, Channel 8 News.
All right, thanks, Emma. Well, don't go anywhere. We have more coming your way after the break, including Pakistan proposals postponed, what the U.S. and Iran are planning now after canceling peace talks in Pakistan. Stick with us. President Trump making this post today, informing the public he has canceled the trip to Pakistan. He says, in his words, too much time has been wasted, and if they want to talk, all they have to do is call. U.S. operations over the Arabian Sea are underway today as well, which you can see in this picture here behind me, posted by Central Command. Tehran's top diplomat is also no longer in Pakistan for the peace talks. Here's ABC's Andrew Dimbert with details on what the countries are doing now.
Tonight, an about-face on any face-to-face talks to end the war with Iran. Just moments after Iran's top diplomat left Pakistan today, after a meeting with Pakistani leaders mediating peace talks, President Trump abruptly telling envoys not to go.
They gave us a paper that should have been better, and interestingly, immediately when I canceled it, within 10 minutes, we got a new paper that was much better.
Just yesterday, Steve Witkoff and Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, were set to travel again to Islamabad for new negotiations.
They weren't meeting with the leader of the country. They were meeting with other people. And I said, we're just not going to do it. Too much traveling, takes too long, too expensive.
But the Iranians say they had no plans to speak directly with U.S. negotiators and left their red lines for negotiations in Islamabad. ABC's Marcus Moore is there.
We're told the Iranians left a proposal for the next steps in peace talks for the war in Iran, and we understand that those points will be presented to U.S. officials either here in Pakistan or in some other manner.
President Trump saying Iran did make a new proposal today in return for suspending its nuclear enrichment program.
They offered a lot, but not enough.
Now, the almost 2 months long war shifting into a costly standoff over the Strait of Hormuz. Iran asserting control of the critical waterway, seizing some cargo ships, the Pentagon vowing to expand its blockade of Iranian ports with the current ceasefire in place. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
And just in, we have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Lancaster, Seward, Butler, and Saunders County. This goes until 7 p.m. We'll have the latest details on that coming up after the break.
New tonight, a celebrity makes a stop at UNL. Amal Clooney joining a UNL graduate and professor for an important talk today. They're discussing the struggles of Yazidi refugees here in Lincoln who suffered under ISIS. Take a look here. This is Clooney standing with the co-founder of Lincoln Yazda and a UNL professor. Many refugee families were at the meeting, learning and listening to their speeches. UNL says some of the people in the audience had been displaced from their homes in Iraq and have gone through extremely difficult situations.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with meteorologist Dominic Ferraro.
And we're continuing to monitor that line of showers and thunderstorms now working its way closer to the capital city here. As you can see, extending down here from Columbus, Seward, now towards Crete, Fairbury. All this now starting to be in the line, including us here in the capital city for these showers and thunderstorms. Here's a look at the latest severe thunderstorm warning. We were talking about this for Butler, portions of northwestern Lancaster County, Saunders, and Seward County. This goes until 7 p.m. This storm moving off to the north and east at 25 miles per hour, capable of producing quarter-size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Looks like we had maybe a little bit of weakening here, but oftentimes these storms can cycle then between the stronger side and then briefly weaken and ultimately cycle up again. So something we'll have to keep an eye on here, especially then as we get closer to Wahoo and Highway 77. It is expected to move then to the north and west of the capital city. However, this line of showers and thunderstorms does extend then off to the south and west, so likely going to see at least some form of storms here in Lincoln within the next hour or so. This warning then to the south for Jefferson, Saline, and Seward counties until 6:45 p.m. This storm also moving then off to the north and east, capable of producing half-dollar-sized hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts. So wind and hail so far the main concerns we've seen with these storms. So especially those of us here with outdoor plans for the concert, now's the time to start finding our way inside, knowing that severe weather plan should we get put into a warning here for Lincoln, and then have multiple ways to receive severe weather alerts, as this is going to be an evolving situation as we head through the next couple of hours. Still have that severe thunderstorm watch in place too until 9 p.m. Central Time this evening for just a handful of counties here in south central Nebraska. This here for Fillmore, Thayer, and Nuckolls County until 9 p.m. So still going to keep an eye on that as well. Take a look at this though. Allo Communications camera. If I step off to the side, wow, look at that shelf cloud moving in over the capital city from this storm coming on in. Just an insane sight here. So this storm bearing down here on the capital city here in Lincoln. So going to keep an eye on those storms. Here's a look at Stormcast going forward. We do expect these to continue pushing on through. There's a chance they could try and linger here for a couple hours. I think likely going to see that move off though to the east as we head through the rest of this evening, and then ultimately we'll move into portions of Iowa before dissipating very early on Sunday morning. We get a very brief moment of calm here in southeast Nebraska before what will be a very busy day for weather as we head through the rest of Sunday. Mainly looking at once again showers and thunderstorms developing in south central Nebraska here on Sunday, late Sunday morning into early afternoon. This once again kind of congealing then into a line and then moving off to the east as we head through Sunday afternoon. So probably very similar timing here, 3-4 o'clock, working its way towards Columbus and then moving here in through the capital city just before dinner time on Sunday, and ultimately the Omaha Metro. I mean, this is a very impressive line of storms that we're looking at here that's then expected to move off then to the east. So oftentimes when we see that line of storms, usually a sign of some damaging winds, but we'll break down every threat here coming up in just a couple of minutes. Still a few scattered showers and thunderstorms on the backside of this before then we're looking at another round moving in very late Sunday into early Monday morning during the overnight hours. A couple more stronger severe storms possibility here for Lincoln, Beatrice, portions of the Tri-Cities there, Columbus, then continuing to move to the north and east through the early morning hours on Monday. And then we're still not done as we head towards the morning commute for portions of northeastern and central Nebraska with those storms going forward. So going to be a very busy day. Here's the rest of today. That isolated severe risk for us here in the capital city, Beatrice, the Omaha Metro. That's that marginal level 1 out of 5 risk, slight risk then off to our south and west. For tomorrow then, we're under that slight risk here in Lincoln, Omaha, Grand Island. That means we could see a few scattered strong to severe storms. Beatrice then under that level 3 out of 5 enhanced risk. That means a little more numerous storm chances a possibility here. Tornado threat a possibility, as well as large hail, damaging winds. We could see hail upwards of 2 inches in diameter and close to 65, 70 mile per hour wind gusts with those strongest storms. Again, again, likely going to start seeing rain at first, and then we'll see that transition then to storms as we head throughout your afternoon here in Lincoln. Quick look at the 10-day forecast. Going to be a little bit cooler here as we start the work week with temperatures in the 60s and then ultimately down into the 50s. A couple more small chances for rain as we head towards the middle portions of the week. Looks to dry out, though, as we head towards the start of May.
Yeah, a lot going on tonight. Thanks for keeping us updated, Dominic. Now, as always, he's going to keep cutting in throughout the evening if need be, but we just want to also let you know that the Huskers posted an update recently that they have postponed opening the doors to the Zach Bryan concert because of all the weather going on right now. I know, Dom, you've been keeping a close eye on that, but yeah, it's probably better if people can find maybe a safe spot to get out of the rain, at least for a little while.
No, absolutely. Having that plan in place is the best thing we can do for the moment, and we'll keep you up to date on when those storms are moving through.
For sure. All right, thank you so much, Dom. Now, coming up in sports, Emmett Johnson heading to Kansas City. He's selected by the Chiefs today in the NFL draft. Plus, a Husker softball senior day with a special surprise at the end. Stick with us. We'll be right back.